been a long year. It's been a lot of work, but finally, the first level of the game is basically done. I can check it off. Now, looking at the rest of the list, continuing at this pace, I should be done maybe before I die. Hello friends, welcome back to Project Imorah. I wanted to make another video showcasing the level that I've been working on for the past year, more or less. I'll probably just have this video rather than having another super refined edited video, because I don't think that the progress that has been made on the game really fits that format very well, because it's mostly just this level. Which probably sounds bad, but hopefully by the time I show the level to you guys, it will be made clear why it has taken so long. Mainly because of my insane level of polish that I try to apply to it, and being a full-time student, and being only one person working on the game. But, enough about that. Let's show some stuff that I have been working on. So, this is the start of the level. This is Ormond Falls, where you might notice there's a waterfall over here. And we got fog and particle effects, and actual textures, and actual environment. Very different from the video from a year ago. Still no double jump animation, but most of the other animations for the character are all done. We finally have a sprinting animation. I don't remember off the top of my head if anything else was missing before. Yeah, most of the animations are done. The only main one that we're missing now is the aiming for spells. Right now it's still just the bow aiming animation. Also, I probably should mention that right now I have a ton of items that I should not have when you first play this level, including a ton of other upgrades to my weapons they would not normally have. I'm still only level 1 though, so my health and base damage stats should be reflective of what you should experience. Okay, I think that's all of the introductory stuff needed to make sure you guys understand what's happening here, although it still probably makes no sense. So here's the first NPC that we talked to. We don't care about story right now. I'm going to try to avoid all spoilers. Basically, she just says, "Hi, welcome to this place," and she other stuff that make no sense outside in the context of what has happened, because the tutorial level hasn't been made yet, so you don't know what happens in the tutorial level. This is an inn that you can go into and talk to this guy. You can also activate the book, which gives you a little buff, a healing buff. Or you can talk to this lady. She's pretty cool. And she gives you arrows, because she is really cool. See that? I have more arrows. What a magical amount of arrows. Let's see, we can talk to this guy also. His artwork's not done yet, because he's less cool. As should be obvious. Okay. Anyways, I guess I should go get the buff to show you guys. Let's see. And that'll help me not die. So yeah, let's rest at the end for 10 gold. And then buffs show up on the right side of the screen. I believe that was in the last build of the game. I'm honestly not sure. There are definitely a lot of new buffs though, to whatever we had before. So we have this giant gem thing. You might notice that there's an enemy here. I've been told in some playtesting that this part is some bullshit. That you can't see him. That's a serpent root. He shoots poison. We can kill him pretty easily. We just hit him with the axe. Walk over here. Oh no, there's another one. That's crazy. Oh, he dropped a seed. That's cool. We can use that I believe that's in the recipe for antidotes. I think at one point I said that there's a crafting system. Not exactly accurate. Basically, most items that you can buy from vendors, instead of paying gold, you have the option to trade materials instead. So it's kind of like crafting, but it's really just a system put in place, so if you don't have gold, you have another option to pay for things. Alternatively, if you don't want to waste time gathering a ton of materials or drop items from enemies, you don't have to. You can just pay gold. Let's see. So the shield mechanics are still here. Very fun to reflect projectiles. You might notice there's a new sound effect for the shield also. There's also like a couple new sound effects. There's a sound effect for the inventory. There's a sound effects for bombs, which I made a video about. Ow. We got fire spreading. It's crazy up in here. Let's see. Let's spread to the grass. Should spread to the grass. Yeah, it's spreading to the grass. Oh no. It's actually pretty hard to light yourself on fire. There's a large grace window to prevent that from happening, because fire does a lot of damage. Poison also does a lot of damage. There's kind of not a difference between poison and fire. They both just do damage over time. But of course, fire can spread from you, I guess. That's the main difference. Right there, I just picked up a stray soul. I have 10, which I'm not supposed to have at this point. We'll get to that later, as for what we can do with souls. Basically, the souls are just random items hidden around the level. Those are the collectibles that you want to explore the level for. So now we're at the main waterfall. This is nice. We got some ambient sounds. And we have this, before then, we have a spring flower that we can jump on. Like we're playing Sonic or something, we have a spring. Okay. So this guy here, he's a special NPC. He's the start of the first side quest, which actually isn't done yet, but you wouldn't know that because we're not going to actually finish it. Here, I'll just talk to him to show the initiation of it. The gist of it is he wants you to collect some flowers. I know, very good gameplay. Yeah, no, we're not going to get you flowers. I need to go places. But even if you say no, he still assigns the quest for you. So then that shows up in our quest log. We gotta find some flowers for Ike, which we've kind of already accomplished because I'm cheating. We already have a bunch of them here, but we're not gonna continue with that. Actually, I lied, we are gonna continue with that. Actually, I lied again. We're gonna continue with that later, so I can showcase it actually working. Basically, we'll show him. We'll just come back to it. I'm going to explain it. Got another guy over here. So the level design that I kind of strived for was similar to Sonic levels, and probably Mario levels also, is that there's two major pathways that you can take in the level. You have like the higher path, where you have more loot and things of that sort, so it's kind of good to stick to the high path. But if you fall down, for example, if we fall down the waterfall, which you very well can do, there's no fall damage, then you can still beat the level, you just are taking the lower pathway at that point. But there's plenty of places where you can move in between them. So now we're in the fortress ruins of Ormond Falls. We got all these stone structures around. We got these little imp guys infesting the area. While I'm in combat with these guys, I should probably show off some more of the abilities. So I think I'm going to skip over the ones that I've already shown in the past video, like the late speed staff. And have I shown the stone clone? I don't think I've shown the stone clone. We'll get back to that. We got bombs and projectiles. We have some new projectile types that we can play with. Okay. And also keep in mind, as far as balancing, these probably are not balanced at all yet. It's hard for me to get references for the numbers and such, because this is the only level in the game so far. The idea is that you'll buy a lot of these items with gold, so they're going to be pretty powerful. Basically, so that you won't be able to buy them immediately, of course. You'll probably have to come back after completing a couple levels in order to afford it. With that being said, this first one that we have here, what actually is it? Let me check real quick. This is the acceleration bolt, which casts a bolt of energy, which accelerates exponentially. So, I'm going to actually just show it off to the side before we try to aim with it, because that can be difficult. You shoot it, and then it increases exponentially, which is a very mathy term, but basically it means the rate at which it accelerates gets faster and faster for those physics people out there. So yeah, it goes really fast. Yeah, it can be hard to aim with, which is kind of the point. It does a lot of damage, but it's kind of hard to aim with. That kills that guy. I'm going to turn on one of the abilities, by the way. Normally you can't see the enemy's health bar, but once you get the calculation rune, that allows you to see health bars. It reduces your stamina regen, though, as some sort of balancing. Like I said, it costs energy to gauge how much health is left. So actually, let's electrocute this guy. Oh, didn't actually really electrocute him. The particles didn't stay. Yeah, so now he's electrocuted. And when that happens, when he jumps into the air, then he takes extra damage. Except it wore off before he jumped in the air. That's unfortunate. It does crazy damage to these flying guys. But we're gonna kill him instead. We're gonna use... This is a temporary sprite, but we're gonna use the Freezing Field Tome, which freezes stuff around us. So when we activate it... Oh, I don't have mana. That's embarrassing. Let's drink a mana potion. Let's see. I have a ton of cheat codes, by the way, but I'm not using them at the moment. Just for reference. Okay, so yeah. We use it there. And when enemies are frozen, they move extremely slowly, but they don't actually... At least all of them that have been implemented so far, none of them actually stop attacking you. They just attack slower. Let's see. Okay, so now we can kill this guy with electricity. This does a lot of extra... I missed! This does a lot of extra damage because they're a flying enemy. So use your Pokemon logic there. I missed again. Let's use my bow. Nice. Okay. So now, before we descend into the ruins, let's kind of have some level design. Oh, there's multiple level design things here. Okay, so I take it back. We are gonna go into the ruins, because, oh no, it's a platform, and then we're surrounded by enemies. Such good game design. Okay, we're not gonna fight them at the moment. Let's go back up here. You might have noticed another wall of horror. We'll have, oh no, that's a lot of evil poison serpents, which are actually very easy to kill with just like a bomb. But you're not actually supposed to have bombs at this point. You're not supposed to have those for like a long time, because they're goddamn imbalanced. But yeah, so you're not really supposed to go through there. You can. I've done it before. It's possible to get through there without bombs. You gotta do a lot of dodging and a lot of shielding. But anyways, that's basically that's like going back to the philosophy I was talking about with the high path and the low path of the level. So to continue with the high path, it's gonna be really hard. So it kind of encourages you to descend into these ruins. Now, I could go to the right and keep on keeping on, finishing the level, because the level again is completed by just walking to the right side of the screen, basically, like a basic platformer. But we can also go to the left here. We have a treasure chest here. Why not go to the left? Whoa, I got some gold from that chest. Maybe I should keep walking to the left, and yada yada yada. Now you're fulfilling the main goal of the game, which is exploring these areas. You're not just walking to the right. You're like fully exploring these areas to find upgrades, to find new enemies, just find things. Because admittedly a lot of these corridors are still kind of empty, but once I actually add more art into it, kind of similar to Hollow Knight, there's a lot of just like cool structures and statues that you can find throughout the world. So I want to have that type of thing, where you just find like just things in the background that's like, whoa, what is that? And that'll help explain like the lore of the world, or more so just be like, whoa, that's cool, I'm glad I found that. Which sounds kind of stupid, but it's like giving purpose to the game, you know? because I could just have this level just be solid gray textures, solid black textures, just white. But like that's less interesting, you know? That's why I have like all these stone sprites that I spent hours drawing, because it's supposed to communicate the message that you're in this underground forest ruins. Okay, that should be a lot out of the way. We have a little platforming challenge over here, which might not be obvious if I failed at my task of communicating all the game's mechanics. So these guys are actually extremely easy to jump across because we have an air attack like Sonic, so we can just do this number. To be honest, we actually don't. I can make this jump without hitting any of them with the right equipment, but you know. And then we find their soul. Great. And there's a rune back there. I'm not gonna go actually go back there yet. Or I might not actually, because you're not supposed to have a fire spell yet either, so you can't break through this yet. The first time that you play through this. Let's see. I'm really not being consistent. I need to show them more of these items. Oh yeah, these guys respawn, by the way, so you can make your way back across. What's this item? This is the frozen projectile spell. So when you shoot that, that freezes enemies just like the gemstone did, but the gemstone, as you might notice, was an AoE type thing that does it all around you. So let's see. For those of you who are awesome and have already seen the last gameplay video that I did, here's the ambush room, where you get locked in here and you have to kill enemies. Ignore me exploiting how they spawn, because I have done this. I have done this room many times now. So I've kind of developed a good strategy for doing it. It's about stacking damage between enemies. Just killing them. Killing them. Kill them some more. I'm flashing green because I'm out of stamina. You gotta watch your stamina. Okay. So when we get this upgrade, I already have the upgrade, but it's just gonna give it to us again, that's fine. Got the reflection rune. We got other stuff in here. You guys have already seen this. That's another treasure chest. But you know, we're exploring the level. That's great. Another item that we have here is this green stick. This is the dash drive. When I use it, it dashes me forward a little bit. You might notice it costs a lot of mana and stamina to use. And it also looks really glitchy because there's no particle effects for it yet. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Down here is another platforming challenge that you can go through. I'm not going to show it off because the reward for that challenge isn't actually there yet. Haha. It's gonna be one of these upgrade runes, but I've not decided on which one to give you yet. Okay, so let's run over this way. He just jumped on our head, but that's okay. Here is a mechanism door. This isn't new either, but this puzzle, let's see, I can solve it instantly, but hopefully you all will not solve it instantly. Moving on, we got this chamber down here, which it doesn't exist yet. I might have oversold how complete this level is. It's like 90% done, but there's still a lot of little tweaking to do. I'm going the wrong way. We've already been there. Let's explore the ruins over this way. Wow, there's some enemies there. Here, we'll jump up there real quick. Ow. Okay, so keep in mind we're still on the low path, right? But using these guys, we can get back up to the high path. Oh, but not all the way up, because now we're stuck down here. We can't get all the way up. But you can see in the top right, there's treasure. I want to get that treasure. Wait, I could use that flower there to bounce up to get the treasure. So what am I going to do? I'm going to open that door. And I'm also going to solve this puzzle instantly. Spoiler alert. Then you can jump up here. Notice that we're bypassing the wall of evil. So now we can just walk over here. Just, bam, that chest is ours now. And we got some funky items. we got a healing potion. Yeah, health regen potion. Oh, that's a lot of attacks. So now we are moving into the last area, the last major area of the level. So, make our way over here. What is this? This is a checkpoint, save point, where we have a save button, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna save automatically once you walk into it. We have a teleport menu, which is implemented but not done yet. But we can spend souls. That is implemented. So, the way this works, at the bottom you see that's how many souls we have. We have our 3 stats. We have Vitality, Agility, and Synergy. Vitality basically increases your health and your melee damage and a couple other things. Agility increases your ranged damage and your stamina. And Synergy increases your spell damage and your mana. So, upgrading any one of these costs 4 souls. Notice that it spends the souls when we tick one of these up. But we can take it back down. It's not done until we hit confirm. I'm not going to actually upgrade it at the moment. We're just going to leave it the way it is. But that's how you do that. Blatant Dark Souls ripoff, probably. I think it was more so ripping off the spirit gems or whatever from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that you got from the shrines. Those were cool. So now we're in the final area of the level, this giant field. If we jump down here, we have the pool of water and the final parts of the ruins out here. And these flying guys, they're so fun. They're so fun. Oh, that was close. Again, they're very easy to kill. I might be miscommunicating the challenge of the game because I've designed it and know exactly how it works. These are the final enemies of the level, these little imps. So I can show off the final thing, the stone clone, which I don't remember is actually new or not, but it's fun. It makes a statue of yourself, which blocks the enemies and does damage to them when they hit it. So if you don't want to fight, you can just wall yourself off. They can't do anything until they break through it, you know. But you can drop it on their head, and that does more damage. That's pretty fun. What else can we do? Before I move on to the end of the level, I'm gonna go ahead and show off these runes. So, what do we got here? We have the elemental runes for your axe. So we have fire, poison, electricity, or thunder, or whatever, and ice freezing. So we have fire equipped right now. So that means when we hit the enemy, there's a chance that it will light them on fire, which is very fun, because dealing extra damage is very fun. Take note that you can only activate one of these at a time. That would be imbalanced otherwise. So we have this one. If it procs, yeah, there we go. It poisons them. Oh, I probably should also mention I just spawned him in using cheats. You can't normally do that. There's the electricity one. And then finally we have the freezing one. If it would activate. Nope. Or, keep in mind it's a 50% chance to activate. Later on in the game, you'll be able to upgrade these upgrades, so it's a higher percent chance that it happens. Okay. What next? Tank rune, those just affect stats. Those are boring. Blood rune, that's lifesteal. You know what that does. Here are the more fun ones. The ones that affect your shield. I better drink a mana potion before messing with this. So this first one does fire around you, around your shield. And actually, now that I've shown you that one, you can probably imagine what the other ones do. That one poisons. The other one electrocutes them around you. I have to wait a second to activate my shield because I ran out of mana. That disables it for a moment. Oops. that one electrocutes him. And then we have one that freezes him. No, I ran out of mana again. Mana's important, kids. Don't run out. There we go. Showcase all those. What else do we got here? More passive ones. Those are boring. The Watcher Rune. The Watcher Rune is very fun. I showed this on my Twitter. Where, if you don't want to play the game, then you can just raise your shield and it attacks enemies that are close by. Notice the range is pretty short, and it knocks them out of the range. And it also doesn't really do that much damage very fast. But, I mean, it does damage, and you just have to hold down a button. It aims for you. Can't really beat that. Okay, so finally we have the bow, where I think I've shown basically all of these before, except for this one, which is like the most OP one. Another mana potion. The Eruption Rune, which... So take note, I have the Fire Rune equipped to the bow, meaning there's a chance to light them on fire. If I combine that with the Eruption Rune, then this happens. Pretty fun. Alternatively, if I equip the Poison Rune with the Eruption Rune, then we get this. Poison Bomb. Now, you know what's gonna happen with the electricity one. Hell yeah, there's gonna be... Oh, I ran out of mana. Hell yeah, there's gonna be electricity. Unfortunately, the freezing one is not implemented yet, although the code to do that is like maybe an hour of work, if that. I'm just lazy and haven't done that yet. What else do we... Okay, so we have the Reflection, where that bounces arrows. We have the Time Rune, so when you aim while you're in the air, that slows time. That's pretty fun. And then we have the Splinter Rune, which allows you to fire multiple arrows at once. Which, all of those stack, by the way, including the Eruption Rune. So, if you want to slow down time, and then fire multiple bouncing arrows that explode on impact, dude, you do you. Except they won't explode on impact immediately, they're gonna bounce first. So let's see if I can, I probably shouldn't charge the arrow up if I want to see them. I think it's that one. Yeah, there we go. Only the main arrow, by the way, explodes. If all, like, 3 of them exploded, that would be triple explosion damage, and that's what we call imbalanced. So, let's review. We have cool items. We have a big area to explore. I didn't show all of the area, by the way. There's still a couple more nooks and crannies to explore, but I covered the main portions of it. So now let's finish that quest by leaving the level. Oh wait, no, I lied. We're gonna... let's see, so there's this guy that we talked to. This story stuff. He's welcoming us to the village. But we don't need to be welcomed. So, once we're in the village, we can shop for items. This was a big thing that I was excited to implement the last time I did a big video on the game. Excuse me. Good water. So, the way this works is that on the side it shows the amount of the item that you already have. You got this list of items that you can... Oh, these are all the options. Normally you can scroll through them, but you can't scroll when you already see all the options. So you can buy potions for 14 gold, or as you can see down here, you can trade 1 slime and 1 hearth rose for it. So if we buy a potion, that gives us some more potion, obviously. If we barter, we do the same thing, so we get a potion, so got 28, but then that takes away from our materials. Alright. I have a nice little text box that updates depending on what you're trying to do. So this health potion, you can purchase a health potion for 14 gold, or you can barter it for 1 mending slime and 1 hearth rose, and so on and so forth. Not every item has a barter option. For example, base materials do not. And then also weapon upgrades, for the most part, shouldn't. Notice this one's sold out. This is because I already have a boomerang, so you can't buy multiple, multiple spell items. But there'd be no point in that, because they all share the same cooldown if you have multiple of them. You can only use one at a time, so having multiple spell books of the same spell that doesn't benefit you. So the opposite of buying, we can also sell items. So this pulls up your inventory screen here. You have a big inventory, but you don't need most of it. So when you pick up an item, it says here on the right what they'll give it for you. Right now, it's safe to assume that all of these are very imbalanced prices at the moment. But you know, the system's there. So they'll give you an offer if you want to sell it, bam, sell it in there. You can't sell key items. That's an important thing that would to prevent people from breaking the game out of stupidity. Moving on, we have another checkpoint. Notice the teleport option, so we can teleport back to the last checkpoint that we saw. Very cool. I'm passing these buildings because we don't need to worry about them really, and I'm not proud of the interiors because most of the artwork is not done for the interiors yet. Because we may as well walk over here. These enemies aren't supposed to be here in the peaceful village, but they are here because I was testing them. The other new enemy type are these guys, the crux crawlers, these poison mushroom boys. They're scary. Because they do a fair amount of damage. I should get a healing potion out. Heal myself. Ooh! They're after me! Yeah, so I'm just gonna kill him with a bomb real quick. Ow. You can hear the explosions off in the distance. That's why, moving forward, I'm definitely going to want to add more sound effects, because that's really what brings the game to life. Over here, can't really see it now because I blew up part of it, but here's the implementation of ropes. Just kind of swing around. I can break them with arrows and light them on fire. No, I'm remembering now. I've definitely shown those off before. But they'll actually be in the next level that I'm working on, which I guess we may as well show, but yeah, it's gonna be a while before we can explore the next area, unfortunately. But that'll be fun once it's done. Oops. Bad level design. Those enemies knocked me back into the room of the other level area. Ooh. I'm almost dead. Be careful. Ooh, that's not being careful. Okay, so I guess I'll just show off the last part of the quest line I was working on. And then I think we can probably wrap up. So notice that we're at this house, right? We can talk to this lady, and she gives us the mysterious statement that my husband is out exploring the falls. He might be back soon. He somehow always finds his way back. So, her husband's not here, but he's that dude that we talked to. He was gathering flowers. So I'm cheating right now. We're gonna teleport back to her husband to continue with the quest line. Basically, I'm just showing you the fact that he was not at his house. I'm showing the save system actually doing its part, so that once we talk to this guy, we have the roses, by the way, so we're gonna give him the roses. Yeah, but we found him. Yay! And then our quest marker, the artwork isn't done, but it's X'd out. We completed that quest line. This means it'll show at the bottom of the list once there's other quests that show up. The completed quests will show up at the bottom. So now that we've helped this guy out, we can actually go back to the village, again, I'm cheating by teleporting there. Normally you have to make your way back to these structures to teleport. And now he's here. Now, I'm not going to continue the quest line because I'm actually really proud of it, even though it's not done yet. So I'm not going to spoil that part. And in fact, I think I'm done spoiling things at this point. I think that's everything that I really want to spoil at the moment. Okay. So, wrap-up. I probably should have taken notes beforehand for the wrap-up part of this. Progress has been good overall. For the most part, met all of the goals that I set out in the video of April of 2018. The main mechanics I remember that I wanted to finish was the shop and selling mechanics. Those were huge. As far as major mechanics remaining, there's still the upgrade system for your runes. That's still admittedly non-existent. Well, not non-existent, there's some base code for it, but there's no interface for it yet. And, yeah, it's basically non-existent. I didn't finish all the character animations, which I have wanted to do for a while. Worked on some of them. Got the sprinting animation, that was a big one. Because I hate animating. Got a lot of NPCs implemented, a lot of NPC art, a lot of artwork for the village. Honestly, the village is almost done also, in addition to that level that I showed of Ormond Falls. Ormond Falls is basically done. There's 2 quest lines that I need to wrap up in there, and about 2 or 3 areas that I need to still build, because those are areas that you're supposed to return to after obtaining the fire spell. And actually, I'll go ahead and spoil, like, you're supposed to get the fire spell from the village here. You're supposed to go into the magic guild and get it from them. You're not actually supposed to be able to proceed to the next area, because I haven't placed it yet, because I'm stupid, but there's supposed to be a giant wall of bushes over here, so that you can't actually proceed with the game without getting the fire spell. And then this village will basically be the last hard lock on the player, story-wise. After you get the fire spell, you're basically home free to finish the game. There shouldn't be any significant things in the way, I assume. Of course, the later levels aren't really designed yet, so that is subject to change. Oh wait, no, I'm totally lying to you. There's other barriers that you can't get past until you get bombs, but you're not going to get bombs for a while. Oh gosh, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so more rambling. Goals for this upcoming year. Definitely finish Ormond Falls. Definitely work on the next level called the Undergrove, which is the thick forest area. Hopefully get the boss for this big forest area done. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not gonna happen, but god, do I hope it will. Want to finish the player animations, obviously. Have the continuous goal of adding more enemies to the game. I believe the next area in the Undergrove, there's at least 3 new ones I need to add. Got little like goblins that throw kunai knives. We got a new type of imp, which is actually kind of implemented. It's the green guy that was over here, but he doesn't have original artwork yet. Need original artwork for that. And then we need giant variations of the serpent roots. Those will be fun. Of course, need to add more runes to the game. There's also going to be at least 1 quest line over in the next area, and more NPCs in the next area I need to write dialogue for and design. Need to work on designing the next level, which will be the wind level. Hopefully have a design for that done. And a lot of bug fixing. A lot of bug fixing to do. because this game's a broken mess. I mean, like, it works, but there are things that happen that I can't explain. Some of the animation things you might have noticed I can't explain. I'm gonna have to work on that a lot. But work on it I will, because I want to make a good video game that is polished and is fun to explore and play, if not for the rest of you, at least for me. Because I'm a selfish creator who wants to create my own world like God. I think that is everything. I've been rambling for this last portion here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. For reference, I'm recording this on March 15th, so there's probably going to be a gap of me adding content before I actually post this. So hopefully things aren't too unchanged. But yeah, that's basically everything. Thanks for watching through this, if you have. I hope it was actually interesting. And I hope that I deliver more cool stuff in the future for you to enjoy. Yeah, so thank you guys. I will talk to you later when more progress has been made. God bless.